Hey, my name is Dave. Across the screen from me is Christian, and we are Gen X Unhinged. How's it going,
Good
Christian?
morning. I'm great. It's beautiful here, starting to warm up. We're kind of getting more summer than winter in California. I got excited, got it this morning, put $20 worth of gas in my car, and I
Got
drove
2
across the
gallons.
street. Yeah, drove across the street and put 20 more in. So it was great. It was great. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're paying $5.79 a gallon right now. It's awesome.
Oh,
Oh.
you were so excited though about what's going on this week that you said it's my birthday.
It's my birthday week. Hey, my birthday's in a week, so this is a birthday week thing that we do in our family. And birthday week is really big. I got Swalwell finally dropping. I've been talking about this guy since October when we started this thing. I've always hated this guy. I think he's full of shit, and he needed to go down. Hey, Shift is next. Shifty shift, man. I can't wait. Hey, things are heating up.
Well, I don't know if Shift is next, but he's probably going to be one of the next shoes to drop. I think somebody like Ruben Gallegos in Arizona.
Oh, he's gonna burn too.
Swalwell's good friend.
Oh yeah. Hey, let me tell you something. Birds of a feather flock together. I've walked the line with a lot of people in my lifetime. I've been a lot of places. I've seen a lot of things, and people, the way that Swalwell acts, they don't do it alone. All right. Like they're insecure men that act this way. And in their seeking of alpha malehood, they brag, right? And they usually have somebody that cohorts with them because they are always trying to outman somebody, or it's Napoleon complex, really, is what it is at the end of the day. And people don't act like this alone. Okay, right. You just don't do it alone. And proof is in the pudding. I mean, you had Pelosi 24 hours ago saying that they had no idea, and then literally 24 hours later, you got Gallegos, or whatever his name is. He's on camera, looked like he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, couldn't even talk. I mean, he couldn't even talk. Then he said he was on a camel on a beach. Where is there camels on a beach? Okay, I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, if you were on a horse on a beach, that's one thing. I've not been all around the world, but it's never been a big thing to ride a camel on a beach.
No,
right?
No.
I mean,
it's crazy because the Democrats, like we talked about last week, they're the rats leaving the ship. I mean, all of a sudden Swalwell is like, he's fine, he's good, and then bam, they're all gone. All of the Democrats have left this guy out there.
Oh, yeah.
And rightfully so.
Yeah. And rightfully so.
But it's just amazing. And then you go back and you look at how this guy got around him. He was on the Jimmy Kimmel show, and him and Jimmy Kimmel were just kind of laughing and talking about how bad
Jimmy
Trump
Kimmel's
was.
just as bad.
I know, but you've been saying this a lot. The Democrats are always accusing people of things they're doing. And it's just another example. No?
Right.
Swalwell guy is just a slime ball. And he's been accusing the Republicans.
The worst part about it is he is a slime ball, and the Democrats have been covering this up. Okay?
Right.
The Democrats don't give a shit about the women. They don't care about what he's done. This is all about them covering up and using it as blackmail. You know what I mean? And it's horrible. And is this political? It's absolutely political. Absolutely. I'm sure these victims came forward and they went to somebody, and somebody in the, a Republican person said to them, look, we believe you. And you are 100% right. And what happened to you is horrible, and it is disgusting, and it should never have happened. And we know how you feel. But if you want to make him pay, and you want to make the Democratic Party pay for the way they've treated you, the way they've dismissed you, the way they've dismissed your feelings, you wait till this point, this exact point. If you come at it right then and there, you will inflict a massive amount of damage towards Swalwell and towards the Democratic Party for what they have done for you. It's ultimate payback. It is ultimate payback. And so, but if you want to come forward now, come forward now. We support you. I support victims 100%. And with that being said, I also support if somebody lies and makes up something like this and makes up these accusations and they are found out to be completely false and untrue, then that person the victim should go to prison. If they lie about this, because we it's kind of like the police, we give them exoneration, without representation. If a woman comes out and says they were raped, we believe them, and we should. We absolutely should, hands down. But people live within that area to where they feel like they can just come out and do whatever they want, say whatever they want, and everything's good, even though it's not true and unfounded.
Yeah. Well, it's a busy time in Congress because, there's two people yesterday resigned, or in the last couple of days. You got Swalwell and you've got this Tony Gonzalez who resigned officially. You've got two more, Sheila Sherflush McCormick. I've never even heard of her. She's under investigation. She's the one who took all the FEMA money. She took all that FEMA money. So they're wanting her to step down. And then you got Corey Mills, a Republican from Florida, who is being accused of abusing his wife, sexual misconduct, and other things. They're spending more time getting rid of Congress people now than actually doing anything.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Crazy. But it needed to be done. We're officially draining the swamp. Hey, look at how many people won't be in Congress at the midterms. I mean, Crockett's gone. What's his name? The other guy, Mr. Impeachment's gone. I mean, there's like 7 or 8 people that are just gone. Yeah. Just gone. But they needed to be gone. They needed to be gone because they were never, a lot of these were Democrats that never needed, that weren't supposed to be where they were at anyway. Because let's just get it very clear. They cheated. They cheated on a massive scale in 2020. Massive scale.
Yeah, absolutely. But I guess my point is that who do you trust anymore? It's really getting to the point where it's really bad. I mean, you got all of these Congress people that are just, they're just lying, cheating, committing fraud, stealing money. We got Omar in Minnesota, his star. She's once again a little bit in the news with this $1 million. Or I don't exactly know what's going on.
Hey, she earmarked a budget. So I guess a budget came out and the Congress people, I guess they earmark certain things, but I guess it's like a pet project type thing where they earmark it to where it has to go through, or I don't really know how that works. I don't steal money. So, evidently she earmarked it, and she earmarked it for that same restaurant that's been in the news. But now that restaurant is not a hospice, but it's some in-home health care, whatever, owned by the same 3 people. I mean, it's just a bunch of crap.
But who do you trust anymore? There's even that rumor floating around about Mike Pence.
Right.
And when he was governor, having a gay hooker coming in. And I don't know. Mike Pence, I always thought, was pretty much beyond reproach. You can disagree with anything, with some of his political stuff, but from a personal standpoint, he seems about as straight-laced as possible. So I don't believe
championed him. I championed him. Absolutely.
So I don't believe this occurred, but anymore, because of all that's going on, your first thought is, oh my gosh, I wouldn't be surprised if this is true too.
Right.
And where do we turn? This is getting really bad.
Turn to God. That's about the only person you can trust right now. I mean, at the end of the day, he's the only one that does what he says he's going to. Just to be clear.
Yeah. And, and Trump, because now Trump's got pictures of him healing people.
Right.
He really stepped in it again with social media. He really steps in it.
No, you're right. And he does. But does he do it on purpose?
Yeah, it makes you wonder.
I read a whole thing about a guy that was talking about that picture, right?
Yeah.
And he tied it into this symbolism. And it basically stated is that what Trump was doing was calling attention to the fact that the Vatican and the Pope are corrupt, and that the Salvation Army has been laundering money through the Vatican for cash. Do I know that's true? No. All I know is it wouldn't surprise me. We have $250 billion in fraud in the state of California. You can't tell me that these people in our supermajority Democratic state didn't know. How do you get rid of $250 billion? 100 square miles of $100 bills. If you take $100 bills, you could go 100 square miles and lay a $100 bill through the whole area. That's how much money that is.
Oh my gosh. And they all act like, well, first of all, it's not true. And then when it's true, it's like, well, I wasn't a part of that. And you just start to go, it can't be that way. It can't be that way. Everybody knows, everybody in government seems to know what's going on with everybody else's business, and they're all bad.
Right. I mean, think about it this way. You as an American citizen and me as an American citizen, we can't transfer $600 in a checking account without the federal government knowing. But in California alone, right now, they've moved $250 billion.
Yeah.
And nobody knows where it went. Somebody got that money.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a lot of money. And this is the deal. It couldn't have all gone to one person. It could, people had to know, and people had to have been paid off. There is just no other way around it. Hands down, our political parties in the state of California, supermajority Democrat, they knew. They had to know. I mean, Waltz, Minnesota, right?
Yeah.
One of his programs increased from 3 million to 400 million in 4 years. And nobody knew about it? Come on, man. I'm not the brightest bulb on the tree, but anybody can see this.
You're not the brightest bulb on this tree. Let's mix as many metaphors as we can.
Right. Telling you, it's unbelievable. Man, my wife does that all the time. She just throws things all together. It's crazy.
At times when you get involved, you start looking into this stuff, Christian, like we do, and you just shake your head, and you're just like, maybe it is all just bad, all bad. And, you know, I think Trump's doing some really good things. I mean, I think he's turning things around right now. You know, he's come clean about different indiscretions he's had in his life. Did he ever rape anybody? It doesn't appear so. Is he a pedophile? It doesn't appear so. Democrats still are saying he is. I don't understand how, but the same type of deal. You see all this corruption. You see all this bad stuff. Would it even surprise you about Trump? Well, it would me right now. But yet I get why people are like this.
It would absolutely positively blow me away about Trump, because we'd already known.
I agree. But my point is that there's so much garbage out there.
Correct.
Sometimes you can't blame the average Joe Democrat from saying, well, Trump's a pedophile. Trump's a racist. You know, I don't think he's those things, but there's so much garbage going on. You know, where do you draw the line?
All of it's unfounded. You've gone through 2 election cycles. They tried to kill him. Okay? They tried to kill him twice. And you're telling me if this evidence was there that they wouldn't. I mean, look at what's going on with Swallowswell right now, right? That lady went on TV and said that this man brutally assaulted me, choked me beyond consciousness.
Yeah.
And everybody knew about it, and nobody did anything about it. Okay? I've never, in the 10 years that Trump's been in politics, actually Trump's entire life, I've never heard anybody say that. The closest thing I've ever heard was Stormy Daniels saying, yeah, this happened, but he gave me $500,000 to shut up about it. But I got this creepy porn lawyer who's been ripping off all these people to come forward and say that it happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you know, I'm just being honest. Like, it would absolutely blow me away. It would blow me away.
And it would me as well. All I'm saying is that you can understand why people get so discouraged. And so I'm not saying Trump is any of these things. I'm still a firm believer.
Right. No, I know you're
And
not.
you know, and like Rubio, JD Vance, they seem beyond reproach. But I tell you, there's so much crap happening in Washington, D.C. and in these state governments. It just makes you wonder. It
Dave,
really does.
it's so bad that TMZ is tired of covering the elites in Hollywood. They are actually putting a studio in Washington, D.C. to cover the amount of sexual stuff going on there. Like, this is like tabloid. It is so intense that they are actually dedicating a whole thing to it. I mean, the hits are not going to stop. The hits are not going to stop. Hey, and this is the deal. We might see a lot more, a Republican, Democrat, we might see a lot more people stepping down here in the next couple months on both sides to get out of the way on this.
Yeah. Just to save their reputation. They may just say, I'm going to get out now because I've got something in my past I don't want to come out. So let's just get out now.
Correct.
You know?
Correct.
You know,
Correct.
and
hey, you know what's weird is that, especially with Gen Xers, especially with these people going on, is that at what point did their parents not teach them, don't throw stones from a glass house, you freaking moron? All right? If you're standing in front of a glass house, don't pick up a rock and throw it at somebody else because they're going to throw that shit back and destroy your entire house. But no, they just keep throwing rocks. And guess what? Somebody threw one back.
Yeah. It's, hey, Gavin, you really should quit throwing rocks because you've got nothing. You've got only glass behind you.
Right. You got a $9 million mansion built out of glass, and we're coming for it.
Hey, let's do a commercial. I got a new polo shirt on.
I love the green.
Yeah, pretty nice. Got my hat on. You've got a hat on.
Oh yeah. Hey, all the hats went out. All the hats went out to everybody. They should have them by Friday. So on Gen X Unhinged, the group, I'm looking forward to these pictures. Please tag me in them. I want to see them. I'm really excited about it. We're about to hit 26,000.
It's fantastic. So G-Man, run the commercial.
Gen X Unhinged. Get your bling now.
So what do you think about, let's go back to, what do you think about the Pope being involved in politics right now?
I think the Pope needs to shut the F up.
Tom Homan, he had a little blurb on this. You know, he's the border czar, and he says, I've been a Catholic all my life. He says, I believe in this. I'm a follower. He said, the Pope needs to get out of this. Period. The Pope needs to get out of this. So he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Let me understand this. Okay. So just to, and my wife brings this up all the time. So you got a guy sitting in a cathedral, basically in a mansion.
Yeah.
That is surrounded by a wall that's 1 million feet tall. He's got armed guards all the way around this thing. And you can't just go there. Like, you can't immigrate to the Vatican, right? No. I mean, can you immigrate to the Vatican? No, you can't. You can't, right? But you're going to tell us that we can't have a border wall? You know what? And you're going to morally judge the United States of America over our immigration policy? Hey, why don't you make church straight again first? Okay? Yeah. Why don't you take care of your own church? You take care of your own people, all right? Because there's a lot of people out there, a lot of Catholics that disagree with the way the church is going right now. And look, they say that these priests, you know, they give their life to God and they live a life of financial solitude and they don't take any money and they live for God. They don't need to take any money because everything they want is given to them. Free jets, free car services, free mansions, free food, free servants. They have it all for free. So they don't have to pay for any of it anyway. So in reality, they all live like billionaires. Yeah, they don't get a paycheck, but they don't need to because they got the Vatican gold card in their pocket. You know what I mean? I mean, it sounds really stupid, but it's the truth.
Yeah. Pope needs to stay out of politics. And really, in all honesty, pastors need to stay out of politics.
I agree.
They can guide their flock.
When Grandpa was alive, our grandfather, he was a pastor. He never talked politics.
No.
Ever. And he made minimal money. And he didn't live like a king. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure my grandparents would have loved to live like one of these Catholic priests.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm about to give my life to become a priest just so I could live the billionaire lifestyle.
I don't know if they have
I'm pretty sure they won't have me, but yeah, they won't. They won't. I'd probably get stopped at the Vatican wall.
Yeah. So let's jump on the Trump bandwagon some more, because he seems to be playing 3D chess with this the Strait of Hormuz.
Oh, 9D chess.
I know.
He's so far ahead of these people.
Right now, it doesn't matter which way Iran goes.
They're in a box.
Wins. Yeah, they're in a box.
Yeah, they're in
America
a box.
wins no matter what they do. And
right.
And we all laughed at Trump when he wanted to rename the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America, and now all these ships are coming to the Gulf of America to get oil. It's like he knew. It's like he had a plan the whole time.
Right. They go to the Strait of Hormuz, and what do? They turn around and go right to the Strait to America. Right? Hey, they just didn't put a gas station out there. I mean, we were doing the numbers last night. We sold more gas and byproducts of petroleum over the last week than we've ever sold in the history of the country. We are producing 13 billion BDP, which I have no idea what that is. I'll need to look that up. But we were only at 4. Now we're at 13. Okay?
More.
Right, and there's a B in there, so it's got to stand for billion, right?
Right.
I mean, evidently everything in this world's B now. Everything we went straight from cash. We skipped M, right? We just skipped millionaire, went right to billionaire. Next is going to be trillionaire. Everything's going to be with a T.
Yeah, but I mean, what is it? We have twice as much oil reserves as the next 2 largest countries with oil reserves,
and we always have.
Yeah, and it's just like, what in the world? I mean, America is exerting its dominance. We are. And we are dominant. And you can say, well,
we pay all the bills for the entire world.
We want to root for the underdog. Well, the underdog doesn't pay for anything.
Correct.
The underdog doesn't protect anything.
Correct.
The underdog doesn't do anything but come to America and say, help us, please.
Correct.
And so Trump is saying it's time for people to start showing the respect and paying America what's due them.
Absolutely.
That's all he's doing. That's all he's doing.
And if you don't back our play, don't ask us for money. Heck, point blank. Yeah. Do not ask for relief if you don't or help. Don't ask us. We don't care. You know what I mean? We don't care. When it comes time for you to back us up and you say no, but you're cashing checks from the American taxpayer, get out. I'm done with you. Done.
100%.
They're like drug addicts, man.
Yeah, it all comes together. I mean, we've got the border walls now because we're going to make people do it the right way. We're trying to manage
a mile a day on that bad boy.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Yeah. This is all going like we want it to go. I mean, like people that voted for Trump, this is going the way people voted for Trump wanted it to go.
Absolutely.
Right? Did you vote for this? I voted for this.
Absolutely. And every time something comes out, I post that as much as I possibly can. I voted for this. Okay.
Yep.
If you complain about ICE with me, it's not gonna. Hey, I voted for this. And it's funny because the weird thing about the Democrats, it was like this Trump post, right? The Vatican. Like I said, I would be a horrible billionaire if I thought that I could wake up in the morning and trigger 50 million people by one post. You'd have a post every hour. I mean, I'm just, to be honest with you, because that's just who I am. And I understand why he does what he does, because I would. And not that that's the right way to be, but sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Yeah. And it's just, it's coming out and hey, we're good. We're good. We all voted for this and, sit down and shut up. But it's like the Democrats always want to tell us how to feel. what the Democrats need to figure out is that Republicans, we're not emotional. All right? You cannot be out there wearing a Satan shirt telling me that it's blasphemy for Trump to take this picture. What do you know? You know what I mean? Go sacrifice a chicken and pray to your God. We don't got time for you. When we get offended, we'll get offended. We'll let you know. But you're not going to tell us that we need to be triggered by this because we're the only ones who really know what blasphemy is. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? I mean, don't try that crap. I had to block somebody off the Gen X Unhinged page the other day because he kept posting all this stuff, and I just got tired of it. I'm done.
Well, just a little aside that doesn't really matter in the whole scheme of things. But if you look up what blaspheming God is, this is not it. You can say he may have done something wrong here, but it's not blasphemy what he did. And look it up. We won't spend time on that. Right. In fact, I want to make sure we get we get our sponsor in here. So real quick, let's get a commercial for CDPFirearmsLLC.com. Thanks, G-Man.
Looking for quality, performance, and reliability? Look no further than CDP Firearms LLC. Whether it's customized AR-15 parts, premium optics, or specialized ammunition, we have the gear to upgrade your shooting experience. We pride ourselves on providing top-notch products with expert-friendly service that you can trust. Visit us online at cdpfirearmsllc.com. CDP Firearms.
All right, Christian, how do you want to close this thing? What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. You know, there's just so much. And you know, I just want to make sure that I know we talk a lot, but I just, you know, I want to, I want to say to the victims of Eric Swalwell, I'm really sorry. Yeah. It's not my place to apologize. And I understand that, but my heart goes out to you guys, and you guys are caught up in a spotlight right now. And you know what? You didn't deserve it. No woman does. And you didn't deserve for it to be covered up by the Democratic Party. You know, we're going to keep you in our prayers. Thank you so much for being strong enough to stand up and to face what happened to you, especially in the public eye. That would be very difficult. And, you know, I just, you know, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry that any woman should ever have to go through anything like that. It's not fair. It's not nice. It's not cool. And, you know, I do absolutely condemn anybody that acts in that manner towards any woman at any point in time. And I know I joke a lot and, you know, about this and that, but when it comes to that, that's very serious. And no woman, especially the father of a daughter, should have to deal with that in any way, shape, or form at all. And I just want hat goes off to the power of these women for standing up and calling it to the carpet and doing what they needed to do. And God bless you all, and we'll keep you in our prayers.
Yeah, I mean, just tragic. It's just absolutely tragic what's happened, and I agree with you, Christian. Thank you for coming forward. I hope and pray that you have a support system that's going to help you through all this and get you out on the other side in a good way. So, you know, I can't just to kind of keep moving along. I came across, or actually I was in a Bible study this week, and we were talking about the American soldier, the pilot that was behind enemy lines in Iran. And, you know, 49 years old, he's running up and down mountains. He's trying to stay away from the enemy. And he could have limited radio contact because, you know, Iran would be able to track that just as well as America. And so the final thing he said that got the Americans to him is he said, God is good. That's all he said. God is good. And that gave the Americans the confidence to know, all right, this is our guy. That's where he is. Let's go get him.
Right. No,
God is good.
It is, and it's amazing. And there's a lot of chatter also that the leaker was the reason why he got shot down in the first place.
Yeah.
They arrested her. So we're going to find out about that. But that is treason. I mean, that's not even mild treason. That's like hangable treason. I mean, just saying, I mean, you gave away plans that got one of our guys shot down. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yep. But God is good, and he's good in our country, and this is America is a.
So what you're saying is the reason why they knew that, just so we're clear, is that he's in Iran, which is a Muslim country, right? So when he said God is good, they knew that this was American Jesus Christ values within the country of the United States. So they were able to identify that that's exactly who he was when he said he wasn't. And that's an amazing statement.
And they went and got him.
Right. And now he's home because God is good.
Because God is good. Because God is good. Exactly. Well said. So, all right, take us home. Let's get out
of here. Thanks to everybody. Like I said, admins and moderators, clothes are on the way. Let me see them.
Yep.
God bless you all. Have a great week. We will see you Saturday, and who knows what'll be happening by then. Thank you for joining us. See you Saturday.
God bless America.
God bless America.
Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days. Saturday, what a day. Rocking all week with you. Days off. Won't you be mine? This is all. Oh, please be mine. Hello, sunshine, goodbye, rain. She's wearing my school ring on a chain. She's my steady, I'm her man. I'm gonna love her all I can. This day is all. Won't you be mine? This day is all. Gonna cruise her around the town, show everybody what I found. Rock and roll with all my friends, hoping the music never ends.
Gen X Unhinged. Get your bling now. Looking for quality, performance, and reliability? Look no further than CDP Firearms, LLC. Whether it's customized AR-15 parts, premium optics, or specialized ammunition, we have the gear to upgrade your shooting experience. We pride ourselves on providing top-notch products with expert-friendly service that you can trust. Visit us online at cdpfirearmsllc.com. CDP Firearms.